Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the What the Real podcast. I'm your host, Darnell.
And I'm Brittany.
So guys, make sure you check us out on all those podcast apps out there. Make sure you rate us. How many stars?
5 stars, guys. Please help us out.
Yes, definitely 5 stars will help us grow. We're trying to get out there, so make sure you do it. Also, we got the new YouTube channel, so go on there, youtube.com/What the Real podcast. So make sure you go there and like and subscribe. Yeah. Also, we got the email. If you want to email any comments or suggestions, what is our email?
Podcast whatthereal@gmail.com.
Yes, we'll answer any questions. Anything you got to say, we'll definitely answer you back. So what are we going to be doing on this episode?
Today we're going to be doing movies that deserve a sequel.
Okay. Yeah, definitely we're gonna have a little list of movies. And then we're gonna just give it like a little summary of what that sequel will be about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Give
yeah,
a little bit synopsis.
all right.
What you think. Ask questions or something.
Yeah.
So I had one movie that I immediately knew because like I was waiting and like I don't even know if they released anything about it. I should have looked it up to see if they released anything about it, but I'm like, nah, I'm just doing the review, so I'm just gonna leave it as this.
Yeah, I didn't actually look up if there were any information that it was gonna have a sequel or not. So yeah, same thing with me. I was like, yeah, that should be a sequel. I didn't check and see. So
Yeah. I think this one was supposed to. I think my boyfriend told me, but I was just like, I'm not going to look into it because honestly, I just didn't really care to look at it at that time. I mean, I would care if they would made a sequel to this movie. I'd be a happy camper. I'm not going to lie.
yeah.
At the moment, I just didn't care to look it up.
Okay. So I'll go first.
Okay.
My first one is Gremlins 3. A new Gremlins movie. So it's
Okay. So I just want to throw this out there. I thought when you meant sequel, you could only do sequels to movies that only have one movie, not any ones that had like 2 movies out there or 3 movies out
It could have
there.
been sequel's a sequel. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You got anything now?
Well, no, but that would have made things easier probably.
Next time we should clarify that, I guess. But that's the only one that I have. It's like another one.
Okay.
So, yeah, Gremlins 3. So, Billy, the boy who had Gizmo, right?
Yes.
So he's old. He's older now.
Yeah.
So he ends up giving his Gizmo to his son, which him and his son are not really talking that much. He knows about Gizmo a little bit, but he doesn't really care. Him and his son, he don't talk to his dad that much, right?
Okay.
So, but he ends up getting Gizmo, and like he's a tech bro type dude, so he don't really have time for him and all that stuff. But he ends up taking him, and he kind of learns more about Gizmo. I actually looked about myself. It's obviously he's a Mogwai. And it's a race that was created by scientists on an alien planet. I didn't know this myself. I had to look this up. But he's a rare version of the race because all the other Mogwai are very, like a-holes. Like they're aggressive, yeah. And they're actually immortal. He can't die. Well, I'm sure he can die, but I guess not of old age.
Okay.
So they just live forever. And then eventually he'll get wet. And then obviously gremlins will pop up. But what the little twist on this one is, it's like, so I don't know exactly how it happens, but they eventually get wet, more gremlins pop out, and they get introduced to the internet. So you know how the Gremlins, you ever seen Gremlins 2?
No, I never seen Gremlins 2.
All right.
I might have seen it once, and I just don't remember it.
Okay. Gremlins 2, when they got wet and all that stuff, they were in the like the science lab or whatever. So they're all drinking like random like chemicals, and they're all turning into different types of gremlins.
Yeah.
The one was a spider one could talk, one became a girl, so stuff like that. So these gremlins, well, somehow they get access.
I definitely seen it because I remember the girl.
The girl one, yeah. And she was like making out with the dude and stuff like that in the bathroom. Yeah. So this one, they somehow get introduced to the internet, and pretty much it's just making all throughout the movies, the gremlins are making fun of how the world is now. You know, how
Okay.
many like the just memes, just how crazy people have become since back when two came out in the 90s, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just mainly that, and it's just a lot of that with the comedy making fun of how the world is now, and somehow the army gets involved. So the army wants to actually make the gremlins as like weapons. They want to weaponize it and stuff like that. So Billy has to save, pretty much try to take out the gremlins and then save Gizmo from the army as well.
Um,
So, you know, but that's like a little idea I thought of real quick for Gremlins 3.
nice.
Yeah.
I'd
Definitely
be
like
interested.
it's like an updated version, you know. Learn more about Gizmo and all that stuff.
I like Gizmo.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He's cute.
And then you can sell toys, all that. More, yeah, everyone loves Gizmo, so.
Everyone, yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. Everyone loves Gizmo. Okay, my movie that I chose is Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship. Have I seen Ghost Ship? I don't know. I don't think I've seen Ghost Ship.
So pretty much, it's like these people. They find this ship, and they're looking for the gold on the ship. And there's this guy. He's called the Soul Collector, but they don't know that yet. And people start dying one by one on the ship
Okay.
because they want the gold. And then they have like these weird visions. And then this girl, she like has this vision, like she sees the lady, she sees this girl, and she's given visions of what happened to the ship, on how everyone died on the cruise ship. Like someone set this rope off and they cut everyone in half and stuff like that. And people came out with guns and shot everyone and stuff like that. And all the golds were left there. And then it shows the one lady survived, and the Soul Collector, she thought she killed. But at the end of the movie, she sees him going onto a new ship with the gold,
Okay.
and she's going into the ambulance. So I think they should have an updated version with the Soul Catcher, with the guy on a modern day ship. See how they take out all the people, and the lady in the ambulance, she gets together a group of people to try to figure out how to destroy this Soul Catcher guy, so he doesn't kill any more people, and so they can take the gold for themselves.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be cool. That'll work out. You definitely can do.
I'm surprised you have
Yeah.
not seen Ghost Ship.
I don't know. I don't know if I did or not. I have to look. I'll watch the trailer and see if I seen it or not.
It's a good movie. I like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I seen it or not. Well, after this, we'll check out the trailer and see if I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have seen it and just get it mixed up with another movie or something.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It took me. I was just scrolling through lists of movies. I was just like scroll. I must have scrolled through like maybe like just hundreds of movies, just thinking of like which movies I think would be good for a sequel before I figured out that that would be a good one. I was like, what about a ship movie? And then I was like, okay, this would be a good one.
True. Okay.
So yeah.
My next one is Leon the Professional.
I don't know that one.
Okay. So, just give you a quick. Let's see what it's about. So it's about a hitman living in this apartment building, and this little girl who lives in like I don't know how far away, but she's on the same floor.
Yeah.
And her parents are like really bad. They like, I don't know if they saw. I forget. It's been a while since the movie, but it's like they ended up getting murdered by a like a corrupt like DA guy. And because they kind of like they sell, I don't know if they were selling for him, but they're working for him.
Yeah.
And they end up getting murdered by this guy. So her whole family is dead. So he kind of like takes her in, and this guy is a hitman, you know. So he kind of takes her in and like almost like a father figure, but also is teaching her how to, you know, how to use the guns and stuff like that.
Okay.
So they end up like she kind of seen who killed her parents, and they known that she's seen them, so they try to go after her, but the hitman pretty much protects her and kills the other guys, stuff like that.
Oh, right.
But he ends up dying, right?
Yeah.
So the my sequel is this girl who played by Natalie Portman. She grows up. So he kind of didn't want her to like not be that hitman, but she actually grows up to become a hitman herself.
Okay.
She's a really good hitman, and pretty much the same thing happens. She ends up during a assassination, ends up killing somebody, and she actually finds a young girl.
Okay.
A young teenage girl, and it's pretty much almost like kind of the same thing where now she's decided to take this young girl in as her own, and now it's her trying to juggle being an assassin and taking care of this girl. And she's trying to raise her as normal, though, as a normal girl and not an assassin. But the girl finds out, obviously she knows she's an assassin, so she ends up actually kind of teaching her a little bit as well. And it's almost like a play on the first movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. So
I'd watch it.
Yeah. The first one's so good. It's a really good movie.
I gotta see, every time you tell me a movie, I really gotta learn to like literally be like, after we finish the podcast, I gotta be like, I gotta write these down because I gotta watch them, and I just never do because I'm like, these are good opportunities for me to write down movies to watch when I'm bored, and I never do it.
Yeah, we got a list. I'll add it to your list.
Okay,
I think it's already on your list, actually.
What can I do? I can always count on you. All right, my next movie is Girls Trip.
Girls Trip.
With Queen Latifah, the girl who plays Brenda in the Scary Movies.
Okay, I've seen like a trailer, but I haven't actually watched the movie.
So pretty much it's like these 5 girls, they go on a trip together, and all these crazy events just happen to them. And the one friend's like a famous bookseller. The other one's like struggling financially. She has to like keep the tags on her clothes and stuff like that. And they get into like this argument and stuff like that. And then at the end of the movie, they make up, and she pretty much helps out the one who's like the bookseller or whatever. She pretty much breaks off with her husband because they had the picture perfect marriage and stuff like that. They break up, and she calls her friend, and she does work with her friend. I think they should make another movie with the girls' trip where they just crazy events happen, like they play off, like crazy events happen again, but like they bring their significant others.
Okay.
But like they try to get away from their significant others, but things keep leading back and stuff keeps happening. They're like, oh, we're going to go, you say, go do this today. And they're going to go do it. And then it just turns out to be a disaster. But the main stuff that happens is the significant others. And the significant others get annoyed and want to break up with them. Like the one's like, oh, I don't want to be with you anymore. Stuff keeps happening. And they get together and they're like, we're going to go plan our own trip away from the girls and stuff like that. And they're like, we have to battle together to save our men.
Okay. That would probably work as like a rom-com type,
Yeah.
I think it would be, I can see that coming out and people will watch it. Yeah. Stuff like that. I'm not really big into romantic comedies. I think some are good though, but I just don't watch a lot of them. So, but I
like
think
Queen Latifah. So
yeah, okay, yeah, I think that would work though. That would be a good one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah. All right. My next one's of course probably another movie you haven't seen. It's a sequel to the movie Attack the Block.
Nope, never heard of it.
So it's pretty much Attack the Block is pretty much so alien, like a alien creature. Like a couple of them fall from the sky, and they're like in these like cases or whatever, and they break open.
Interesting.
And they're like completely like they look like almost like little bears, completely
Weird.
black, and their teeth and like nails are like green, like glowing green. So pretty much is about like a group of like inner city kids, like kind of grouped together to take out these little creatures. Like they're like little bears, and they got sharp teeth, sharp claws. So it's like a comedy. I think the same people who made I would say Shaun of the Dead, but you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead either.
Isn't that on my to watch list?
Yeah, it is. So it's like a action horror comedy.
Okay.
So it's really good. Has John Boyega in it, the guy from the black dude from Star Wars movies.
Okay.
So he's in it when he was a little bit younger. But it's really good. It's a really good movie. So my sequel is that it's going to be like a group of inner city kids, but it's going to hit New York instead. But the original movie was in the UK, like in London or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the creatures land, and it's pretty much the same thing. Like these group of crazy creatures are running around attacking people like that. These group of kids, like some badass teenager kids, like they get together and they fight these creatures and they end up killing them,
Mm-hmm.
right? But while they kill them, they notice they have a tag on them and it's beeping. And they come to find out these creatures are not just aliens; they're just pets of aliens. So now you see alien ship come down, and then they're looking for their pets. So now real alien creatures come out, and they have like these cloaking like features, so they actually will look like human while they're looking for their pets, and they realize that the kids have actually blood on them from the pets, and they actually can see them where no one else can see them. And they go after all the kids, and pretty much the rest of the movie is the kids trying to go after these guys and try to kill the aliens and protect themselves.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, Attack the Block. Really, the first one's so good. Really good movie. But I think that'll be good. Like this movie definitely deserves a sequel because the first one was so good.
I gotta watch it, but
Yeah.
I feel like I don't really watch that many alien movies. Like, if you'd
Yeah.
like to ask me, like what's like alien movies for some
Mhm.
reason, I just
don't know. Yeah, we're not gonna see much. Probably because it's like sci-fi. You're probably not really into sci-fi, right?
yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know why. I never really given them a chance. It's
Mhm.
just it's weird. Like, it's not like I don't like them. It's just
Yeah.
that I just don't watch them.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I didn't grow up watching them. So, and I guess I kind of just avoided them.
Yeah.
But I should really give them a shot because
Oh yeah.
I'm probably missing out on a lot.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of good sci-fi movies, and the ones that mix with horror as well. So that'll be a little bit more up your alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
I know, right? You're missing out on some good movies. So
I can open my horizon more. Jeez.
we'll add it to the list. Yeah.
All right. This next one you had to have heard of.
Mm.
Alita Battle Angel.
That's on my list, so we can both.
That's
talk
on your
about it.
list?
Yeah, it's on my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those who don't know, it's pretty much like this robot that was built by this guy. Was she a human at first, or was she always a
No,
robot?
she was always a cyborg. Yeah.
She was always a cyborg?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah.
And she meets this guy, and he introduces her into this roller skating type thingy majabber that she just happens to be really freaking good at it.
Yeah.
And she gets into competitions, and everyone wants to take her out. And the final competition, it's pretty much to the death, right? The final competition to the death.
Yeah, pretty much all of them are to the death. Like you can kill. Yeah. It's all about winning. I think it's the first one past the like the first one who gets to the ending wins, but there's no like rules. They can just kill each other if they want.
They can just do whatever
Yeah.
the heck they want.
Yeah.
As long as you get that ball into that certain area.
Yeah.
And so she pretty much wins, and there's this world above where like the rich, the best of the best is.
Yeah.
And her goal is to get up there. And the only way she gets up there is if she wins.
She wins. Yeah.
This competition. So I think it would be great if she won this competition and she gets up there and then she fights for everyone who's down at the bottom of the world, who are struggling to live.
Yeah. Yeah, because like so she was actually from there. So she was actually from there. She the one guy found her in the trash.
Yeah.
They dropped her from down there. She lost her memory and all that stuff, but then she finds out she was with them, and then she got the body, the crazy body, because she got cut up and stuff. But yeah, so she she at the end of the movie she wins, and then she's like she points her sword like she's want to go up there and
Yeah.
So yeah, so mine as well. She pretty much she goes up there to pretty much take the guy out who played by I can't remember his name, so I'm not even gonna try. Ed Norton. So yeah, she wants to go up there, and then so throughout the first movie, she was having flashbacks to where the group she was with, it was the shock troopers or something like that.
Mhm.
So she ended up going up there and have to actually go against them, and it's she has a tough time because they're just as good as her.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she takes down, and then she actually recruits one of them, because there was one girl in that vision that she was like her friend or whatever, but ends up meeting back with her, and then they go together to take out the guy who was played by Ed Norton.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very similar. It's very similar. Just she makes it up there and takes out the guy.
This is the movie my boyfriend said that's supposed to have a sequel to.
It was supposed to, but it's just not a lot of people watched the first movie.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Though.
So it just didn't make enough money.
It's on Disney. Disney needs to get it together and just make it. Come on, Disney. Hear us out, man. We need that sequel. I gotta see what happens. I gotta know. Do all the people get justice? I gotta know.
Yeah. So it's a really good one. So is that all yours?
Yeah.
Okay. My last one is The Thing.
I should have known you were gonna have this on your list.
Yeah, I mean the Thing ends off so good. Is the last two guys and they're drinking and they don't know who's the Thing, who's not. We don't know as well. Even the director, I can't even think of his name. Why am I like drawing blanks on names today?
Usually you're really good.
Carpenter. So even Carpenter,
John Carpenter.
Even Carpenter says he doesn't even know who it is. Like they didn't really think about that when they actually made the ending. They were just like they sitting there trying to figure out who's who. So, and my sequel is that they're still sitting there and they're slowly dying, freezing to death. And day hits, the storm leaves, so it's a little bit calmer. They pretty much both pass out, but they get saved by like a passing group of like people going somewhere else, and they see them, they save them, they actually wake up, like in a hospital room from these guys, and they're at this new camp where all these new people, these workers, and it pretty much it starts up again. So one of them is still the Thing. We don't know until the end, but it starts taking the people out again. People are becoming the Thing. They're making obviously more copies of people, and there's a lot of killing. And we still don't know which one is the Thing until the end, which I didn't write. So
interesting.
But it's pretty much a continuation of
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
Yeah, just
like some justice for that one too.
Yeah, a good answer of who's who.
Even though John Carpenter doesn't even know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah. So I guess that's our list, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, I have some movies that I wrote, but I just didn't make a story for them. But Jumper. Have you ever seen the movie Jumper?
No.
So it's all about these. I don't know exactly. It's been a while since I've seen this, but like these guys who can teleport by looking at a picture of a certain place, they can teleport to that area.
Oh,
and they had like this group of guys that were going after them because they can do this stuff, and they're attacking them. And it's a really good movie. I haven't watched it in a while, so I can't remember. I couldn't think of anything up for it. But Castaway as well.
Castaway, okay.
So it's all about this one. I thought of a little bit. It's all about him getting home. Obviously, his wife is with a new family.
Yeah.
It's him about how he's coping about that, and just how he's, how his life is going to be, and how it's dealing with depression, and how he's been living, on the island for so long. How can he, survive just in normal life now,
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Big Trouble in Little China. Have you ever seen that movie?
Nope.
It's a wild movie. I don't know how I can even explain this movie to you, but it's just crazy movie. And it has a really crazy like cliffhanger at the end. So that'll be, something. They Live as well. You have not seen that.
Nope.
But it's about like that there's aliens all around and no one knows about it, but
See aliens.
yeah, that's another one. Yeah, it's another one. But you only can see them if you have these special glasses on. You can actually see their face.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, and they actually, at the end of that, they actually break down it was like a satellite that was making sure that you couldn't see their faces. But they ended up destroying the satellite, so now everyone can see who's an alien, who's not.
Oh.
So that pretty much a continuation of that and how they're going to deal with that. 7, which you haven't seen yet. It's another movie on your list.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, really good like horror movie, psychological thriller horror, about like a serial killer and all that stuff. Really good. Airborne, another movie you haven't seen. It's about rollerblading. Oh, that'll be so good. About another movie about it's pretty much like a fish out of water type story. Dude from California, it was a surfer, rollerblader. He goes to his cousin's house for the summer, and they're like in like where they live in like Wisconsin or something, some crazy spot, and like he pretty much rollerblades in like some it wasn't a race and stuff like that. It's a really good movie. It's on your list. Kung Pao. You ever seen Kung Pao?
Nope.
Oh, it's like a parody movie about like kung fu movies and stuff like that. It's really funny. It's way over the top. Like if you're not into like kung fu movies, you won't like it. It's a love or hate it movie. And then Ex Machina, another sci-fi movie you haven't seen.
Nope.
But this one's really good. So I'm trying to see if I can remember. So pretty much Ex Machina is about the scientist guy and like this robot girl, like cyborg. And like she's kind of like been sitting in this like they pretty much build like this special place for her to be. All right. And it's like a big bunker. She can't leave, all that stuff. And like she ends up like talking her way through to like escaping this bunker. And she was like, she talked this dude out, was like, oh, like befriending him and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
To ended up just locking him in the bunker and leaving herself. Like she kind of like tricked him throughout the movie. The whole movie is her tricking him, and we don't know it ourselves. So kind of spoiled it, but you won't see it anytime soon. But
I'll forget.
Yeah,
I'll go to watch it and I'll be like,
so
I'll just forget.
Such a good movie. But yeah, that's my list. That's a little quick thing I wrote up. But yeah, guys, let us know if you have any movies that deserve a sequel. I can think of another one. Dread is another good movie that definitely deserves a sequel, or at least people to watch the first movie. That one's really good.
You know what I was thinking? Like the Rob Zombies, like make like a third one.
Okay.
You know how Laurie Strode ends up in the mental hospital at the end of the movie? Does she turn out to be a killer like him?
Okay.
Does she get out and then she ends up taking on his legacy?
True. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Like
Okay.
I'm just like
You give him another shot at those movies. Maybe you could do a little bit better than
the first Rob Zombie one wasn't bad. I
Mm.
kind of like how they touched on the whole childhood aspect, the mental hospital aspect.
Yeah.
And then it got to the part where he was out as an adult, and I was just like, you kind of lost me.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, give it another try. I mean, it's probably better than the last one. So, but yeah, that's our list. So guys, make sure you leave any comments. Let us know any movies that you want to see a sequel to, and let us know. Give us a little, synopsis of what it would be about as well.
We're curious.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, guys, that's the episode. We'll definitely catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Peace out.